Selom, a respected hunter in Ghana, lives in a village where life is dictated by the natural world. His home is a central point, reflecting both tradition and the necessities of daily life. He provides for his family by hunting in the dense jungle, a place depicted as both a source of life and a dangerous realm that demands respect. Selom's connection to this environment defines his role and character. His home is shared with his two wives, Abla and Oku. Tradition shapes their lives, and outwardly, they maintain a harmonious existence. Each dawn, as the first rays of sunlight pierced through the trees, Selom would leave home to hunt. His absence was a silent battlefield for Abla and Aku, a simmering cauldron of resentment. Aku, her spirit gnawed by a bitter envy, felt a darkness bloom within her. Enough, her heart whispered, enough of this shared life, this divided affection. A chilling thought took root, better for both of them to lose him entirely. Under the cloak of night, when the village breathed in hushed tones, Aku sought out a figure whispered about in fearful reverence, Zuketo, an evil spiritualist dwelling in the shadowed fringes of the jungle. The encounter left her with a cold knot of dread in her stomach and a vial of viscous, black poison clutched in her trembling hand. Her target, Selom's evening meal. The rhythm of their household was dictated by a strict timetable. Today, it was Abla's turn. When Aku returned, the aroma of Selom's favorite stew, rich with spices he loved, filled the air. Abla had meticulously laid the table, a simple act of devotion. But in the shadows, a serpent's heart beat within Aku. With a stealth born of malice, she crept towards the served food on the table and sprinkled the substance on it. Unseen, unheard by either woman, a shadow stirred within the confines of their home. Kofi, a thief whose hunger outweighed his fear of the jungle spirits, had slipped in, a silent predator awaiting the opportune moment to rob the house. But his intent shifted, his blood running cold as he witnessed the unfolding drama. He saw Abla's tender preparations, the loving care in her movements. Then, the chilling intrusion of Aku, the furtive glance, the sprinkling of a substance on the food. A knot of alarm tightened in Kofi's chest. He was a man of the shadows, but even he recoiled from such cold-blooded treachery. What should he do? His initial intent of theft now warred with a burgeoning sense of dread and a flicker of something akin to conscience. Moments later, the familiar sound of Selom's weary footsteps echoed through the village. He entered his home, the scent of his favorite meal a welcome embrace after a long day's labor. He settled at the table, his eyes softening as he looked at the lovingly prepared food. His hand reached for the first morsel, the promise of sustenance and rest drawing him in. But just as the food touched his lips, a figure erupted from the shadows. Kofi, his voice raspy with a fear that transcended his own precarious situation, cried out, "Stop! Don't eat that!" Selom froze, his brow furrowed in confusion. Kofi, his eyes darting between the two wives, his heart pounding against his ribs, stammered out his tale. He confessed his initial intent, the shame coloring his words, but then his voice grew firm as he recounted the scene he had witnessed, Abla's loving preparation, followed by Aku's sinister act of poisoning. A hush fell over the small dwelling, heavy and suffocating. Aku's face, moments before a mask of false innocence, paled. Her eyes flickered with a desperate fear. "Lies," she shrieked, her voice brittle and unconvincing in the face of Kofi's Anestera. "He is a thief. Why would you believe him?" Selom's gaze, sharp and piercing, moved from the trembling thief to his two wives. He saw the genuine alarm in Kofi's eyes, the unwavering conviction in his voice. Then he looked at Abla, her face a mixture of confusion and dawning horror. Finally, his gaze settled on Oku, whose frantic denials rang hollow in the tense silence. "If you speak the truth," Selim said, his voice low and dangerous, "then you have nothing to fear." He gestured towards the poisoned food. "Eat. Eat this meal you claim is safe." The air crackled with anticipation. Oku's breath hitched in her throat. Her eyes darted around the room, seeking an escape, a reprieve. But there was none. The weight of her treachery pressed down on her, suffocating her. Her denial faltered, her bravado crumbled. She opened her mouth, then closed it, her gaze fixed on the deadly stew. A profound understanding dawned in Selim's eyes. The refusal was a confession, stark and undeniable. The instant karma, swift and absolute, hung heavy in the air, a silent testament to the darkness that had festered in Oku's heart and the unexpected intervention of a thief who, in his own transgression, had stumbled upon a far greater evil. The jungle, it seemed, had its own way of dispensing justice.